Hi everyone, I'm Kahlia.
And I'm Karinna, and welcome back to our channel.
How exciting, this is our very first episode of Coffee with Kahlia and Karinna.
In these episodes, we'll be talking to influential people from around the world, but in the time it takes to drink a coffee.
For today's episode, we're sitting down with the most amazing Wil Sabin. He's an Australian choreographer, dancer, and artistic director, and we're in his home in Potts Point.
Welcome, girls.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Nice to have you on the couch.
So, Wil, how do you take your coffee?
Okay, so for those that don't know, I am lactose intolerant, and I recently went to Bali, and I'm really into at the moment coconut lattes.
Oh, well that happened quick. Where did that come from?
TV magic, ladies and gentlemen.
We want our audience to get to know you a little bit better, so we are going to fire 5 quick rapid questions at you.
So good.
Off the top of your head. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What's your go-to style?
General pants.
What's your favourite emoji?
The peace sign.
Your favorite country you've ever visited?
America.
Your favourite food?
Oh gosh, pizza?
Yeah. Okay, this is a hard one.
Okay.
What's your favorite dance move?
Oh, my favorite dance move is for sure a booty pop. Booty pop. Look at that. Booty pop.
Love that.
Amazing.
Okay, so we like to practice gratitude daily, and we just want to know, what are you grateful for this year so far?
Things that I'm grateful for is the fact that I'm doing what I love doing, teaching dance as well, which is something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm earning a living from that. And I've been dancing since I was 2.5, so for me to be 35 and still doing that, I'm really, really grateful and really thankful. Have you guys watched the Marie Kondo show?
Oh yeah, the Netflix special.
Yeah, so she sits down at the start of every episode, and she's really grateful for, she says to bless the house, and she goes in and she's like, and it makes you really appreciate the roof over your head and being safe and your things and having somewhere to come home every night. So I always, after watching that, I'm like, oh, I do love my little house. Like, I am really grateful for that.
It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is. What magazine was it featured in?
The Wentworth Courier. They just did an at home with Wil Sabin just after All Together Now. So that was like something that I had always wanted my whole life. I'd always wanted my house to be nice enough to be able to be featured in a magazine.
That's amazing. You like the Kardashian, with Khloe Kardashian. Was it Kourtney Kardashian?
I am Kourtney. I would want to be Kim, but I'll take Kourtney.
So out of the Kardashians, you choose to be a Kim?
I would definitely be a Kim.
So as we know, you're an incredible dancer, choreographer, teacher. You used to teach us back in the day.
Guys, I used to teach these beautiful young women when they were...
knock on wood.
It was.
I remember the dance.
I remember.
I could do it for you.
Knock on wood.
It was
they
a
were
tap
13 when I first started teaching them, and they were super, super talented. But I'm always so proud of everything that you guys do, and it's always really exciting.
Well, thank you for being such an amazing teacher to us and to all the other students that you teach.
Not only do you mentor, well, you did mentor us, but you mentor millions of kids.
Yeah, it's really crazy seeing, you know, different students in stage shows and films and TV projects, and then go on to do other stuff themselves and to choreograph and to do that sort of stuff, and it's really fulfilling. Like, I really get such a thrill from having a part in someone's journey, you know.
So let's rewind. So when you very first wanted to become a dancer, did you ever have to sacrifice anything?
Yeah, my entire childhood. So my older sister owned a dance school. She gave me a solo and I did a routine and I won, and then I just I went on to learn from her teacher, her name is Sarah Tetro, who I'm still really good friends with. She was the host of New Zealand's Next Top Model that I worked on a few years ago. So we're still in really good contact.
Just so our viewers know, you're actually not Australian. You're from New Zealand. Yeah.
I'm a Kiwi. Kia ora koutou tamari kama. I'm a proud Kiwi as well.
Can you teach us how to say that?
Yeah.
So how do you say
hello?
Like hello? Yeah.
Hello is kia ora.
Kia ora.
In school there, you learn the basic, you just learn how to say hello, thank you. Food is kai.
Kai, I think that would be our favorite word.
K-A-I, so kai.
Do you know how to say coffee?
I don't.
Oh. So you've done so many amazing jobs as a dancer. So we're talking as dancer now. You wear many hats.
Yeah.
You've got a big tool belt, a lot of tools.
I love a big hat. I love a tool.
So what would be your favourite job as a dancer?
As a dancer? Well, there was a job in particular that I got to choreograph and dance at. So it was Harbour Party at Mrs. McCrory's chair, overlooking the Sydney Harbour Bridge, the Opera House, and we were doing a performance with Jessica Malboy, and that was really incredible. And it was, I think, maybe 5,000 or 10,000 people, and just the most unbelievable energy. And me and her just spoke not too long ago about it, and it was one of her favorite performances she's ever done. It was the first kind of big gay event she had ever done, and it was really memorable for her. So I just remember performing Up and Down. We did that record of hers, and it was insane. The second highlight of my dance career would be I choreographed and danced for Deborah Cox.
So for those of you that don't know, do you want to explain who Deborah Cox is?
Deborah Cox is a Grammy-nominated artist in America. She has had several huge hits, and she travels around the world. She's currently playing the lead role of the bodyguard in the musical on Broadway at the moment. So she's next level. She's amazing.
So, talking about icons, Cher is one of my favorite. I love her style, I love her music, I love everything about her. Can you please tell me what it was like to work with her?
Whoa!
Can't stop now.
It was incredible. I have to say that's one of the highlights of my life. I can't believe that I got to direct and choreograph such an iconic moment. You know, it was for the anniversary for the Sydney Gay Lesbian Mardi Gras. It was a televised event for SBS, and we basically had 8 drag queen chairs, we had 150 performers, and then we had Cher. Because we did like this whole tribute, and we had the If I Could Turn Back Time drag queens, and then we had the Strong Enough tinsel, the like silver tinsel look that she did, and then she came out and she was just in this amazing orange wig, and she looks so amazing. She's just like, I was standing next to her like this, like this far away before she was about to walk out, and I just felt like being in her presence was just so incredible, you know?
Last year, you were on the hit TV show All Together Now.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us what the show was about and who was your favorite judge to work with?
Yeah. So it was a singing reality show on Channel 7. It was a new format that had come over from the UK, and the premise is that a contestant comes out and sings any song of their choice, and we don't know anything about them. We don't know a backstory, whether they've been singing for 20 years, whether they've sang for the first time. We don't know anything about them. And there's 100 judges led by industry experts, pop stars, music producers, creatives, all different people from the music industry, and the idea is to get the most votes out of 100. So you need to get 100 people to push their buzzer. So if you watch the show, you'll know that it really came down to the wire, and 1 or 2 people's votes was the difference between $100,000.
Wow.
So basically, a singer will come out, and we will push our buzzer or not push our buzzer, and then if you push your buzzer, you have to stand up and dance and sing along, and if you don't, then you're not allowed to stand
So it was
up,
like sort of like The Voice on like a huge scale.
It's like The Voice on steroids. Like, it's just insane.
Because you're also a creative director,
Yes.
and we did speak about all the hats again. I just want you to talk to our audience about the importance of having a huge tool belt and putting all your tools in there.
Yeah, so for me, I've been able to sustain a career in the performing arts industry, and by being versatile and by broadening my horizons, and by not just sticking to being on stage as a dancer. So as a dance teacher and educator, I teach a bachelor in dance, a diploma in dance, and a certificate 4 in dance, and I do business development as part of that. But I would say, definitely like keep your options open, don't just limit yourself, and there are other things other than just being on stage.
How's your coffee going? Because mine's empty.
Mine's almost empty.
It's like that much is left, but I've just been having little sips because I'm just enjoying this so much that I don't want it to end, so I'm like, I'm savoring this coffee.
Well, unfortunately, mine's finished and Carly's
And I have a tiny little bit.
which means we've come to the end of our interview. But before we end, we want to ask you 2 questions. Two extra questions.
Okay.
Yes. So our first question would be, what's the best piece of advice you have ever been given?
It was at a convention when I was younger. It was Mandy Moore, I think, who said it, and she's now, and she still is an unbelievable choreographer, but she's now creative on Dancing with the Stars and So You Think and a lot of amazing stuff. she said to dance every day like it's your last, and I know that's a really cliche thing, but she said that you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Things happen, so you don't actually know what tomorrow holds. So you have to really, and you can apply this into your everyday life. You know, whatever you do, you really need to imagine like it's the last time you're ever going to do it, because it very well could be. So I've taken that through my life. So thanks, Mandy.
So now that you've given us a piece of advice that you've lived by for a long time, could you give our audience a piece of advice for them, whether they're a dancer, an actor, a creative, or just someone at home that wants to try something new?
Okay, this is my advice for everyone, is to not compare yourself to someone else. Whether you're in a dance class, or whether you're in a school class, or whether you're at a job, everyone is in their own lane and on a different timeline. So it's not a running race where everyone starts the same and finishes the same. Everyone is on a completely different path. So while you're in class and you may have only been doing ballet for 1 year, and you're in the same class as someone that's been doing it for 7 years, they're obviously going to be better at that at you. But you can't compare yourself to them. You can only compare yourself to yourself. Never compare yourself to anyone else. There's only one you, and you are special.
Thank you so much, Wil, for sitting down and chatting with us. It's been amazing, and I actually really love how you take your coffee. Everyone should try the coconut latte from Joe and the Juice.
If you guys enjoyed our very first interview and you enjoyed listening to the wonderful Wil speak and were interested in any upcoming projects, you can add him on Instagram. He has 2 accounts, one personal, one professional. I say you guys add them both.
Yes, so they are at Wil Sabin Entertainment. That is his creative professional account. And then his personal account, which also is amazing, so follow both of them, is at wil.sabin.
Oh yes, girls, look at that.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you for having me. Thanks for coming into my home.
Hugs for everyone.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.